Shelby Township Parks and Recreation in the News. I'm Joe Youngblood. With me today we have Mike Adams from the Parks and Recreation Department. Mike, thanks for being on the show today and giving us your insight on the sports and events we have coming up.
Sure, we got a lot coming up for the new year, so we got lots to talk about.
We do. Exciting 2018. So Mike, let's get started with some of the events. Daddy-daughter dance, we know that's a staple, been going for years. Even though Mike and I work at Parks and Rec for years, we've taken our daughters to the dance. Mike, I know you're fortunate. You get another year with your daughter.
I think one more year, yes.
One more
That's
year.
about it.
My daughter's an 8th grader at Mallow, and I had asked her or actually texted her and asked her if she wanted to attend with me this year, and her response was, ha, ha, ha. So I take that as a no.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get that text too next year.
With that being said, so many great memories from the daddy-daughter dance. It's just something that I'll never forget. You know, it's when the daughters get into junior high, it's a little tougher. But
yes.
Think about when they're younger. You go there and what a beautiful night, get to dance with your daughter and go out for ice cream after. Just great memories. So, Mike, with that being said, daddy-daughter dance is at beautiful Cherry Creek, and do we still have openings for that?
We do. We still have openings. It's Thursday, February 8th.
Okay.
We do have openings at this point, so anyone can call the office to register. Great event.
It's very formal.
Very formal, yes. The age range. A lot of people ask, is this appropriate for my daughter because she is X age? We have ages all the way from 1.5 years to 2 years old up to age 14. We actually have some girls that are in their older teens now that still attend. But I would say the average age is probably 7, 8, 9 years old, right in there. And of course, the food is excellent there.
It is.
The dads love that aspect of it.
It is
not
beautiful.
So much the dancing, but the food. And
it's just Cherry Creek. It's just a beautiful venue for it. So Mike, at this time, let's take a look at the daddy-daughter dance from previous years, just so people, if they're unsure what they're going to get, a little glimpse of what a wonderful event it is. As you can see from the wonderful footage we have there of the daddy-daughter dance, what a great event. And not to forget about the mommies and sons. We have the mommy and son dance coming up, Mike, or actually the mother and son dance, so to speak. But tell us a little bit about that.
Pretty much a similar event. It's Wednesday, March 7th. We definitely have openings left in that. This one's been gaining popularity. We usually average around 100, 150 people for this event. Last year we were over 240. So I think the moms are coming out enjoying a night out with just the son and our sons. And it's a really great event. Almost a mirror image of the daddy-daughter dance.
Sure.
Dance floor's packed. The boys definitely enjoy that dance floor, and they're all over the place. And it's a good time.
Yeah, it's almost kind of like a little rugby match out there on the floor, right, with the boys going wild.
They have a good time, yes.
And please keep in mind that we've had many times in the past, maybe mom or dad has to work that night, and grandma and grandpa step in and have a great evening with their grandson or granddaughter. So on this one, Mike, do we have some footage here that we want to go check on?
Yes, we do.
All right, let's go take a look now. We do have some footage. We did get the okay from cable, so let's take a look. Mommy Son Dance, take a look and see what a great time it is. As you can see, the videos from Cherry Creek, what a wonderful event. Mother-son dance. Give us a call, 731-0300 to register for this great event. Mike, switching gears a little bit, we know we have snow on the ground. It's 20 below last week. It's snow and it's ice. But
that means
baseball's coming up.
Baseball registration.
Who would have thought? that baseball's up with the weather is. But a lot of planning goes involved from your end. We know that, and the girls taking registration in the office. So that being said, we do have newer technology nowadays, and we do have some online registration coming up.
We do. We're in it right now. If anyone's interested, if you don't have our newsletter, you can go online. We can get you the information for all leagues from T-ball up to age 16 for boys baseball. So we're doing online registration only right now. Starting February 1st, people can come into the office. Sometimes they have questions they want to ask us, so they're more than welcome to come in. We'll answer those questions. We'll get them registered. They can also call in as of February 1st, and any non-residents, which we went to last year, are now eligible for our league. They can come in February 1st as well.
February 1st, then. Okay. Very good. And that is nice. We've talked about before the way the league is set up. You have some children that play in our league, have cousins, may live out of the township. Now they can join the league and play together.
Yeah, and we have been advertising within the schools the past couple years and had a great response. So with those flyers going to some of the elementary schools and the non-resident registration, we did see about a 25% spike in registration last year, and I'm going to think we're going to do the same this year. So it's great news. Kids like to play with their friends, they like to play with their cousins. It makes it more enjoyable for everybody, carpooling reasons, and it worked out very well last year.
Right. And I do feel, Mike, you know, 5 years ago we were starting to lose some of the kids to the travel baseball, but I think we have a real nice niche here because it's a great baseball league. Everything's right here in Shelby Township, beautiful groomed fields. You do a great job of organizing it. And also, not everyone wants to play 40 to 60 games a year. You know, they are into other activities or sports or maybe going up north. With that being said, if your son wants to play baseball, or daughter, then they can sign up here. You play 12 to 15 games, and then there are 2 seasons, though, so if you want to play more games. So I think it's just a great niche, and like I said, with the amount of travel ball out there, that's not for everyone.
No, and I think the key is that we're usually done by July 1st. So what that means is that vacation time's good. They're on the school. There's only about a 2-week overlap, and if you like to go to vacation, there's plenty of time for that. And our summer season's been doing very well, where we have seen those travel players come back. So we've also seen an increase in that season as well. So yeah, there's a lot of keys to that.
Very good. And we have our timer going off, so we know we're getting close on our time. But with that being said, we want to take a look at some of the footage we have from the baseball league, so you can just get a grasp of kind of the fields and you know, the uniforms the children get. So let's take a look at some of the great footage from Shelby Township Cable Department. As you can see from the footage, baseball in America, it's great sport. America's sport, right, Mike, they call it?
It is, and in this area, it's always been a very popular sport. I think it's gaining, even though the Tigers are trending down, youth baseball is trending up.
Very good. Also, before we close out this portion of the show with Mike Adams, Mike, we have the newsletter coming out. Want to update our residents when that's coming out?
Yep, the next newsletter will hit mailboxes around February 14th or 15th, and that includes a lot of information. It will include some of the baseball information, again, in case you missed it, as well as a lot of the spring activities. So, like we said, still in mid-February, there's going to be, hopefully not, but maybe a foot of snow on the ground, but that's when we start planning spring activities. So there'll be a lot of stuff in there for that. All
right, very good. Well, Mike, thanks for being on the show today.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it. Great job. And we'll be right back with Jim Gamicha, our Riverbends Park in Shadbush Burgess Nature Center coordinator.
Shelby Township's greatest assets are the world-class recreational opportunities it provides to residents. Within its borders, the township offers more than 1,100 acres in township parks, sports fields, playgrounds, and trails. Shelby Township provides an escape for nature lovers with many of its parks. Home to more than 100 species of native birds and animals, including nesting American bald eagles, and more than 80 species of trees, shrubs, wildflowers, it's hard not to fall for the township's beauty. Along with its parks and recreation facilities and programs, Shelby Township is home to Cherry Creek Golf Club, one of the finest public golf and banquet destinations in Michigan. The township also shares the 4,000-acre Stony Creek Metro Park, which is home to the beautiful and tranquil 500-acre Stony Creek Lake. Shelby Township also hosts part of the Macomb Orchard Trail, a 24-mile hike and bike path that connects 180 miles of trails across southeastern Michigan. Shelby Township's parks and access to the Clinton River are the heart of what makes the township a better place to play. Add the township's hundreds of miles of hiking and biking trails, and it's easy to recognize Shelby Township's access and opportunity for recreation are like no other places in the region. Among these trails is the westernmost portion of the Macomb Orchard Trail, which spans from the township's western border and ends in downtown Richmond. There are also trails that connect the township's 800-acre Riverbends Park to Lake St. Clair. Shelby Township is also home to a key connection of the Macomb County 70-mile trail loop and the planned Iron Bell Bike Trail, which will ultimately connect the city of Detroit to the state of Wisconsin. Shelby Township's trails offer residents and visitors a scenic mix of up-north hikes and great asphalt bike paths. All of these amenities ensure that no matter what your outdoor interests might be, there is a place in Shelby Township for you and your family. A better place.
Hello and welcome back to Shelby Township Parks and Rec in the News. With us now is Jim Gamicia, who is the Riverbends Park Coordinator and Burgess Shadbush Nature Center Coordinator. Jim, thanks for being on the show again
Thanks
today.
for having me.
Coming out in this cold, nasty weather.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, yes, very good. Now, Jim, the first thing I want to talk about is adopt an animal. I mean, what a great story that is. Everyone wants to adopt an animal, but explain what this means at the Nature Center.
We have a variety of critters there for people to come in and visit, and they all require care. And it's our Adopt an Animal program is a great way to be involved or not be involved. You don't have to show up and do the bed changes and stuff, but a lot of kids, want their puppy for Christmas, and the parents aren't sure if they're ready for the responsibility. Sure. So it's a great way to get the kids involved in taking care of an animal, knowing what it means to clean up after the animal and not just hold it because it's cute, but to really get in and do the dirty work as well.
What a great concept. So the animal stays at the Nature Center.
Right, and for a nominal fee that helps to offset the costs of the food that we buy and the care that we give it. The kids can come in and pet it and see it. We have a wonderful staff that can help them with that and arrange for them to bring in approved treats or help out with a bedding change.
So they could assist with the bedding change to show what, there's some work to it.
There is. They're not just always cute.
I think it's a great way, like you said, for, kids don't realize the responsibility it is, whether it's a little hamster at home or, the ins and outs of taking care of it. So if somebody was to do this, first of all, is the cost vary, or is it just pretty much a set fee per month? It's a
set annual fee, based on the size of the animal. So we typically look for a $25 donation for the smaller animals.
Depending on how much they eat and so on and so forth.
Right, and $50 for the bigger ones. Okay. So then we post your name on a plaque around the Nature Center and let people know that you're giving and helping out. And
then do you, would you tell the boy or girl, or would they know specifically which animal they're in charge of? Is meaning, do they have a choice, or do you guys kind of?
They can choose.
Okay,
they can choose, and we can definitely lend our expertise in what they might like if they're unsure, and then we direct them on if they want to bring treats in, what's good for their animal and what isn't, and so they get to learn about caring for the animals as well as enjoying the fact that they are a part of the Nature Center.
Right. So I know you already have some animals that are adopted, but you still have openings?
Yes, and we do re-adopt the same animal over and over again. So
gotcha.
Some are more popular than others. But
Well, that's great. So that's Adopt an Animal. And Jim, can they, how would they contact you or your staff at the Nature Center for this program?
They certainly can call 586-323-2478. Wednesday through Sunday we are open, so
Perfect.
during any of our open hours we'd love to have more people adopting our animals.
Well, what a great program. I'm glad that you and your staff are doing this. It's just a way to help offset some of the costs, and it also helps the youth in our community, whether to see if they're ready to officially bring an animal home, right?
Right.
Great job, Jim. All right. Switching gears a little bit, Jim, we have some of the upcoming events. Let's just start out first. I know we have the Winterfest coming up, and that sounds like a great time with the games and so on. So why don't you walk us through this program a little bit, just so people, if they want to show up, first of all, do they need to pre-register, and is there a cost, and what can they expect?
We do appreciate the pre-registrations. There is a cost. It's January 27th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. We'll be doing some outdoor games. Cold weather survival, we'll be learning about cold weather survival and how maybe having some team activities with that. It's a great family-oriented event, and if you get cold, you can always come in. There's cocoa and crafts indoors. We will have a fire going, and this sometimes we provide the food, and other times we ask patrons to bring it. So this is
outside fire or
outside
fireplace?
fire.
Outside, okay.
Yep, and so this is a bring your own food.
Sure. Roast some hot dogs.
Roast some hot dogs, buns, chips,
Nice.
whatever you want to bring, and enjoy for a nominal fee. We'll take care of the crafts and the cocoa. So
Very good. Well, and that reminds me of, I know they have a lot of those, survival shows you'll see out in Alaska, so on and so forth. But it is true for, you have a lot of hunters, and if somebody actually wandered off in the woods, you give them some survival tips.
what do you do?
Yeah.
How do you build a shelter? We'll be building shelters and playing games out in the snow. Hopefully there's snow, and if not, we'll mimic snow and teach you about it inside.
Very good. Winterfest 2018. Hope to see everyone there.
Yep.
Now, Jim, we know we've got a couple other events coming up. Anyone that really jumps out at you that we want to talk on and make sure people are aware of it, because it's extremely popular.
Science Olympiad programs, the brush-ups for Science Olympiad are coming up.
Perfect.
That's early February, the February 3rd and 10th.
Okay.
We'll be covering amazing arthropods and the mammals from Wildlife Safari
Nice.
on 2 separate dates. Those fill up fast, so we do encourage people to register early, either online or by phone,
Okay.
by calling us. So
Register early.
Yep, and then looking ahead, we've got Exotic Animal Days, always a popular event.
That's one of the most popular ones, isn't
Yep.
it? Yeah.
March 4th, maple syrup is already taking lots of registrations, filling up fast. That's on March 17th.
And that's when they actually plug into a maple tree, right, and get some
Right,
syrup.
they
yeah?
learn about tapping and
That's
boiling
pretty
down
cool.
process, and so it's a great, and then they get to taste the end product, so that's always fun too.
That's the best part, right? For sure.
And then
Maple syrup.
it's hard to talk about Easter, but we've got our exciting Easter program on March 25th,
Yeah.
and that always fills up.
It'll be here before you know it.
Yep. So lots of exciting stuff going on, even during the wintertime at the Nature Center.
Exactly, and some egg-sighting things going on at
Yes.
Eastern time, right? Bada boom. Well, Jim, we appreciate all you do at the Nature Center. Great program. And one last question. Actually, looking to have my son's birthday party at the Nature Center, and being a Shelby resident, what would I need to do to register him?
We can do it all over the phone, really. We can take the credit card payment and everything over the phone, or you can come in. All we need is a signed waiver from you, which can get scanned back to us. That's no big deal. But
And what's the window as far as how long of a day is it? And do we bring our own lunch, provide our lunch? And what do we get for the registration?
so the birthday parties, you'll get 4 hours of room use.
Okay.
You'll get a trail walk, a live animal program, and if the weather doesn't permit the trail walk, we'll substitute something else
Gotcha.
for you. But our staff will take care of it, and they'll work with the patrons to schedule it in that time. You bring your own food
Okay.
and decorations, as long as it doesn't harm the walls or anything like that, and take away the presents. Something new that we've started is offering nature-related treat bags for purchase at
Good
the same
idea.
time.
Yeah.
So it works out well. A lot of people are taking advantage of that and buying the treat bags just from us, and then we can move along some nature-related bird feeders and all
Good.
kinds of stuff like that.
Well,
so.
we'll have to take you up on that offer as well.
Okay.
Look forward to the Brady's birthday party there this year. He loves going to the nature center like most kids do, and
Okay.
a lot of great activities. So thank you for the information.
No problem.
All right, Jim, thank you so much for being on the show. Appreciate
you.
everything you do.
Yep. Happy
All
New
right.
Year.
Happy New Year. And thank you so much for watching Shelby Township Parks and Recreation in the News. Please remember, here at Shelby Parks and Rec, we create community through people, parks, and programs. See you in our park soon.